Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I might have to close the door because I hope the outside noise isn't too distracting. So 1 second. So today I wanted to talk about something kind of personal. Don't worry, I'm wearing clothes. I know it's hard because it's over the shoulder and you only see, okay. It's not, this video has nothing to do with that, so stop, Erica. But today I wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind lately. If you're on TikTok or anywhere really, if you have ever listened to the radio recently, you probably know the song Flowers by Miley Cyrus, which is allegedly about her divorce with Liam Hemsworth, and there's people have been calling him out over it, which is its own issue, because we don't know what happened between two people that we don't know either of them personally, so we cannot know if who cheated on who or who didn't treat who right. We're really just going based off what we see in the public eye, which is not much. But anyway, that song is very catchy, but I've recently been going through sort of a breakup. It's someone I never really dated, but things didn't work out, and that's difficult. And I think a lot of pop culture songs that are meant to be empowering can oversimplify things. It's okay if you don't feel happy after a breakup or something doesn't work out. It's okay if you feel lonely. It's okay if you're not this badass that's like, oh, I'm better off without you. It's okay to be upset. And I think a lot of people are misconstruing that song as some like feminist anthem, but those people like, what's his face? Ben Shapiro. People like Ben Shapiro are saying, oh, this is why feminism is toxic. Feminism is not about saying I don't need a partner or I don't need a man. Feminism is about saying women and other people of other genders who are not men, or at least not cis men, they deserve to be treated like human beings. That's what feminism is about, and it's about dismantling systems of oppression. It's not about being like, oh, I miss independent, oh, I don't need a man, I don't need anybody. Like, that's not what feminism is. I think a lot of this, like, pop culture version of feminism is a very watered down, individualistic and simplistic approach. It's saying like, oh, yeah, my boyfriend was the problem. Like, maybe he was a problem, but that's not what feminism is about. But I've noticed this not only with the song Flowers, but also with the song that came out a few years ago. It's an Ariana Grande song, Thank You Next. Like, you're treating partners like they're disposable and they're just lessons for you to learn. And I think also it's the pendulum has swung in the direction where, like, it used to be like you couldn't exist without this person, and now it's, oh, I'm better off without, oh, I'm just moving on to the next person. And if that works for you, that's fine. But I think pop culture sends this message that after a breakup, it's so empowering to just move on, and the best revenge is moving on. But it's okay if you don't want revenge, or if you're upset, it's okay to feel her feelings. It's okay to not feel like a badass and like, oh, I'm happier without you. It's okay if that's not your reaction. It's normal to be upset after a breakup if that's how you feel. I think I'm just making this video because, honestly, I had a very difficult therapy session last night where I talked to my therapist about a relationship I had in 2020 that I didn't fully unpack yet. And I'm not going to go into details because I am still friendly with this person, but the breakup was very dramatic for a lot of different reasons. And so the way this new relationship, or if you want to call it a situationship, I notice that's what people want to say a lot of times. The way this ended, it kind of brought back those feelings, and it made me feel like I had to do what I had to do in the last situation, which was drastic. I don't want to go into details, but it's normal to feel upset. It's normal to feel scared. And I think I just want to put this out there because sometimes I feel alone in this feeling of I feel things very deeply, and even if I never really dated somebody, I can still feel very hurt from the way things end because I get my hopes up and I pour a lot of myself into a relationship or even a friendship if it has no like romantic aspect to it. When things like that fall apart, I hurt deeply. And this isn't me being like, oh, I'm an empath, I'm better than you. I don't think that makes me better than other people. In fact, I wish I didn't feel this way. And I know it is part of what has drawn me to art and writing and stuff like that. But I would give anything to not feel things so deeply. But I do, and that's who I am, and I guess I'm making this video for anybody out there who feels similarly, and you feel like, oh, I shouldn't feel this upset about something that wasn't even a relationship. No, you're allowed to feel upset, especially if you've had past traumas that, like, so this is opening up that wound that never fully healed, and now you're like, oh shit, I never dealt with this, and now I have to. And so therapy is helpful in that way. I know this video is an incoherent rant. What else is new? But I also just wanted to remind people that pop culture and their depiction of how relationships and other things are, it can be very cut and dry. Everything fits in a nice little box with a nice little bow. Even movies and shows. Sometimes there's not a bad guy. Sometimes you don't hate the person, even if they do hurt you. Sometimes they're not a bad person. We're all flawed human beings, and don't get me wrong, there are times when somebody can be really terrible, but even when that's the case, sometimes you still care about someone. I feel like we've gotten to a point where everybody wants to be these emotionless robots that are like, oh, if you hurt me, like, fuck you, like, I don't care anyway. And if you're like that, kudos to you. But if you're not like that, that's okay. It's okay to not be that way. It's okay for you to have mixed feelings you don't know how to fully untangle. It's okay to not have closure. There's not always closure in real life the way there are in TV shows and movies and songs. And I think as a writer, that is something I always try to keep in mind. My screenplays are a lot like my YouTube videos. They're messy. They don't always make sense. The characters are messy. They do things and they don't always get closure, and they feel mixed emotions. Sometimes they don't always, after a breakup, they're not always angry at the other person. Sometimes they might just feel sad or feel a mix of emotions. I just think a lot of us put a lot of weight into pop culture, and they let pop culture tell us how to live our lives. And of course, that's a you problem. You have to not do that. But I'm just saying that sometimes things in life are not that simple. And that's okay. It's okay to not relate to the song Flowers. And it's okay if you do relate. But I think life is not that simple. And yeah, I know this was a weird video, and I don't think I've done a video like this on my channel. I tend to stay away from my personal life because that's my personal life, and I like to keep things private. And also, the people in my personal life are not public figures, so I also don't want to put any scrutiny on them. But then again, I'm not naming names, I'm not I'm not even going into any details about who those people are. But yeah, thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, or if you found some solace in it, I guess, please give it a big thumbs up. I never know how to end these videos. But thank you so much for watching, and if you would like to see more of my content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And also, please do not take this as a sign for you to shoot your shot and slide into my DMs, especially if I don't actually know you. No, I'm not looking for a relationship right now. I'm still dealing with a lot of stuff, and it might be a while before I date. But even so, please don't take this as your sign to slide into my DMs and to try to, I don't know. But thank you anyway. Bye.